In this tutorial, we're going to look at exercise of Cloneable interface. Here we are looking at course as a name and students. Then we can add and drop students from the course. So we can say course is a class, and then students can be a class. For methods, we have addStudents, then dropStudents, and then getStudents. Also, we are using clone method to perform deep copy on the students field. That means student can be a class, also that is a data field for course. Okay. So we have a course class, course name, number of students to trace number of students in course class. Students, student array. So we have addStudents, dropStudents, and then getStudents. This one will return student array. Next one is student. Student name. At this point, I will just say course. Description is quite brief, so it doesn't say much. So we just say we have a binary relationship between course and students. So we will say student take many courses. So here multiplicity, we can say many, 0 to many. Description, I will say takes from right to left hand side this time. Here, let's say at least 5 students to 40 students. For clonable interface, this particular case, we are going to have students in our data field. That means when we report to students, we must implement clonable. So of course the course should be clonable. Also, students should be clonable because that is data field belongs to course class. So both classes implement clonable interface. But in practice, clone methods, again, that is locating object class. So we are overriding clone methods belongs to object class. So it's not explicit, but we know that all classes extend object class. So this object class is not explicitly extended for students and course, but we know that that is a superclass of course and students. That means we can use clone methods. Okay, let's create a project. Let's begin with the course class. We have a course name. Okay. Number of students, int. Next one is private student class, arrays. So we need to create a student class now. Student name, string. So two constructors. Let me add course. Again, the class type is courses. We can search for it. Package name, class name, package name, class name. Okay. Let me move this constructor after data field. Okay. So data field, constructor, and methods. Just one more toString method. That's fine now. We have getStudents, setStudents. Okay, I will leave that. toString. Here, setStudents actually I'm saying addStudents. It's the same thing, okay? And we have one more called dropStudents. Just one object. Please try. I'll leave it as exercise for you. So when you set students, we are setting individual students. And then we are saving to array. Depends on number of students that will work as a index. Number of students, spelling. NUM. Increase by 1. Okay, that's how we add student object to students array. Again, let's when you clone objects, course objects, you got to be careful of students data field, okay? Because it's a object reference variable, not primitive data type. You must do deep copy instead of shallow copy. So let's look at the constructor again. Missing constructor default. Let me add at least the course name. That's fine. So I can say programming in Java, okay. Students number 1, new students, let's say John. So we can enroll John to course 1. Also student number 2, Jenny, also we can enroll for course 1. So course 1, I think instead of set students, let me change to add students. So it will be consistent in terms of description. So somewhere down here, again, line number 45, okay, this is the one. I will just say add student. So I can remove this. Add the students to a course, okay, comment. So we can say dot add student. So we are going to add student number 1, John. We are going to add Jenny as well. So now we are going to use clone methods, okay? So course number 2 will be a clone of course 1. It means that course 2, John and Jenny is already enrolled, so that we can focus on other courses, okay? Here we need to implement clonable interface so that we can clone course objects. That's fine. Here before toString, we need to override clone methods. belongs to object class. Okay, clone object class. Let's start with shallow copy. This is the shallow copy, means super.clone as it is. That equals to shallow copy. You just say that exception handling through class not support exceptions. This case it is supported, so there will be a no exception. Means there will be a no error. Okay. Let me paste it. Change to 3 and 4. Change name of the students. Mel and Helen. So course 2 we have John and Jenny, and then Mel and Helen. Let's create an array list. We import array list. Now we are going to add 2 courses, course 1 and then course 2 as well. Let's say display array list. Public static void display array list. Again, parameter should be array list. To string. So this case is going to copy everything to do with the course. Let me just put course name so we can see there is different courses. Programming C, okay. It means that there is a null value. I think it might be something to do with the students, okay. It says there's something to do with the addStudents, okay. So course here, yeah, line number 16. We have object reference variable, but we don't have object. So I will keep it in constructor students. New, we have array, okay. I can't remember, is it 5 or 10? I think I say something like 40. I said 5 to 40, isn't it? Same thing, okay. So now we don't have a problem with that. Just forgot to call display array list, okay. Here list. Now we have two courses, one programming in Java and C. The first one we have 4 students, second one we have 2 students, okay? Here we are doing shallow copy, okay? So what if we do a deep copy? That means we are going to copy everything. So this particular case, we set course clone, and course type. We will use super dot clone because it will return object type. So we do typecasting for course. Include students. Student object, and there should be also clone, okay? It is normal, we say cannot find the symbol. Incomparable type, student cannot be converted to students. So there should be array, okay? Sorry. And we need a return statement. Super dot clone we can replace with a course clone, okay? So this time it's going to copy everything. Seems exactly the same, but it's not clear whether we have a student object or not because we see only UID. But that's how it works at this point. So let's go back to students. Implement cloneable. Again, we need to override clone methods. It belongs to object class. So override method, clone an object. Here, that's good enough. Shallow copy is okay because it's a primitive data type. We are using it here. Okay, let's run it again. Again, same result. Programming in Java, C, 4 students, 2 students. Seems okay. So we have 2 students, 4 students, programming in C. Let's try to display students. There are 4 students and 2 students. So once we print actual students belongs to that course or a student who enroll Java and then C, we can clearly see that. So I will say print students. After we process each course, we can print the number of students who enroll those courses. So I will say print student. Don't forget list get I will return course object. So here we just say get student. Again, the get student is array. So student array students. Again, we will say student array data type because the return type happen to be student array. So now once we have array, we can process with the loop students dot length I++ print student I, okay? Then we can say get student name, okay? Because it's going to return a student object, so we print students. Here again, it print 1, 2, 3, 4 students. Because array we actually set it as 40. So when we reach to the null value inside the array, it's going to give us index out of boundary exception. So we will do this way, okay? If object is not null, we print, otherwise we stop, okay? So first course somehow is enroll 4 students. Second course we enroll 2. Strange, it should be the other way around, isn't it? That should be 2, that supposed to be C programming, supposed to be 4 students. Oh, okay, that should be course number 2. So now we know. So first one, we enroll 2 students and we can clone for course 2. So John and Jenny is already enrolled. And then we enroll only student number 3 and 4, which is Mel and Helen for C. Now it makes more sense. So if we do deep cloning, we can actually have what we already have in course 1 to course 2. So let me just practice again. If we go back to shallow copy, what happens is here, you're going to have only 4 and 4. The funny one is, if you look at course 1, number of students are 2. But when you add Mel and Helen, you just add to a course because we are reporting to same object reference and there's a single object. So course 1 has students. And the course 2 also has a students. So you should have 2 objects, or you should have a student object happen to be array reference variable for course 1, and then another students array reference variable for course 2. So when you add it, you can have your own students for second course. Okay. Again, here array list should have a course type. Let me load it again. Should be same. Yeah, same 2 student, 4 student is same. Okay. Thank you. That's all.